Listen, stop watching all this content where all these red pill guys react to women who talk down on dudes. Bruh, they talking down on dudes because they getting smashed too much. At the end of the day, stop taking this to heart. They were never even having a conversation with you. They were talking to the phone. At the end of the day, this is the problem with being a people pleaser. You gotta watch red pill content. Every dude who watches the red pill is just a guy who can't get laid. He's a guy who can't get laid. He can't have a one night stand. He can't get laid with the woman he really want to get laid with. And bruh, screw trying to get laid. Stop trying to get laid. You lose every time you get laid. I'm here to tell you from a guy who used to have a lot of one night stands. I'm from a small city. Bruh, when I repeat, I am from a small city of a population of 250,000. Literally, if you live there for a year and a half, everybody knows your name. All the females know you. It's impossible not to be having one night stands, bruh. One girl that you have a one night stand with, she gonna tell another girl. Then the other girl gonna want some of that. You gonna smash her. She gonna tell the other girl. You gonna smack, bruh. Your body count is gonna be freaking really high if you from a small city. A lot of these dudes are from big cities. They're from big cities like Houston, Dallas. They're from big cities. It's a different type of economy in big cities. But listen, screw that economy. At the end of the day, instead of trying to smash women, listen, you need to have intense hobbies like YouTube. You could become a YouTuber. Screw trying to smash women. Listen, get your resources up. Listen, all single men, why smash when you could just get a Corvette? Bro, the Corvette 2020 C8s, the C8 2020s, are 60 to 50,000 right now. That's a $15,000 down payment. If you got bad credit, that's a $15,000 down payment. If you got good credit, you could probably drop down 6-7 bands. At the end of the day, if you got good credit, you could probably drop down 6-7 bands. If you got bad credit, listen, you could probably drop you could drop 15K. That's 30%. At the end of the day, you got to understand, instead of trying to smash, get you a Corvette, take it to the track, and smash that gas. I repeat, smash the gas. And slow down a little bit so you don't got to smash the brakes. At the end of the day, you got to understand, a lot of these women, these dudes out here smashing, when I was having one night stands, I was smashing disrespectful women. They was calling me a boy. I didn't care. As long as I was hitting it, that's all that mattered. At the end of the day, I'm grown now. At the end of the day, I refuse to do that. At the end of the day, one mistake is enough. At the end of the day, you got dudes like Nana the Soul. He's on 1 week of retention after he been relapsed like 2 months ago. He's finally on 1 week of retention. I told you, these dudes don't do retention for the Corvettes. They not retaining their seed to go get their car game up. They not retaining their seed to get the real estate. They not retaining their seed to go on a generational run and make multi-millions of dollars a month or every year on YouTube or Snapchat. Or live twitching. These dudes do SR so they can get laid because they couldn't have enough confidence to get laid before SR. Bro, I smashed over 40 women before SR. I don't need to prove anything. At the end of the day, you cannot force people to like you, bro. I repeat, you cannot force people to like you. They either like you or they don't. I repeat, they either like you or they don't. You got to understand. What's the point of smashing when you can get a Corvette? What's the point of smashing when you can end up in a penthouse because of YouTube? What's the point of smashing when you can end up in a mansion back to back to back to back? When you can get, bro, they got the Mansory Ferraris. You can get the Ferrari and then go Mansory. At the end of the day, you can upgrade the Ferrari so it don't look plain. At the end of the day, you can go Mansory on a Corvette. You can go Mansory on a Hellcat. Bro, I seen a Mansory Hellcat. Dudes worried about women. Bruh, when they see you got the cook up, they coming around you. Real life opportunities. Don't do it. If she said no before, when you pull up Lambo back to back to back, accept that no. I repeat, accept that no. Avoid them. At the end of the day, change your location. At the end of the day, you got to understand, bro. You have options out here. You're not ugly because she turned you down. She probably turned you down because you got a crazy boyfriend that's going to come home, see you smashing her, and then he going to delete you like that Alabama football coach. Some women just don't want that to happen to you because that's how good you look. At the end of the day, they're going to turn you down. They're going to say, oh, no, I have a boyfriend, because her boyfriend is crazy. At the end of the day, you got to understand that has nothing to do with looks if she turned you down. Now, stop focusing on trying to holler at women and focus on going on a generational run. This is the best benefit of retention. You have the focus and the energy and the stamina, and you can develop the consistency to go on a generational run. Listen, a tide can make a small boat elevate. It can make a big boat elevate. It's all about the tide. You have to become the typhoon. I repeat, you got to become the tsunami. I repeat, you have to become the tsunami in your life. It doesn't matter your skin color. Listen, that tsunami can raise everything. It can elevate everything. You just got to catch that tsunami, and you got to listen. Boom. At the end of the day, you got to, I repeat, you got to be that tsunami. Listen, when you go on this generational run, you're turning it into the tsunami. Every video drop, the wave is going up. The wave is going up. The wave is going up. And then it's going to crash on everybody's system. And you're going to listen. It's like you going platinum or something like that. Listen, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You got to build up the typhoon. You got to build up the tsunami in your life. Stop worrying about women. Women are going to slow you down, because as soon as you get the busting them nuts and messing with your ego, you're going to be back in your ego. Listen, destroy your ego at all costs. I repeat, once you hit 365 days, your ego dang near don't even exist no more. It's very limited. At the end of the day, that's what you want. Destroy that ego. At the end of the day, you got to understand it's all about the tsunami. You can't get the tsunami if you busting loads everywhere. You don't have the energy to raise like a tsunami. You don't have the energy to elevate. It requires separation. What is the average guy doing? The average guy is smashing. The average guy is in a relationship with a woman he don't even want. He's smashing a woman that he don't even want. Dudes is getting women pregnant they don't even want. That's not the woman that you wanted. That's not the supermodel. You wanted the supermodel with the blue check. You didn't get that. So guess what? Listen, you gotta stop. You gotta stop playing this game. I repeat, all you do is gotta stop playing this game. Listen, it's time to go on a generational run. Your father didn't go on a generational run. Your cousin didn't go on a generational run. Your uncle ain't going on a generational run. You might be the only multi-millionaire in your family. Listen, elevation requires separation. You cannot be just like them. They were out smashing everything they ran into, smashing everything they ran into. That's why they're drained. That's why they're addicted like crack. Listen, smashing makes you addicted to coochie like crack cocaine. At the end of the day, if you don't want to be addicted to coochie like crack cocaine and you not even married, listen, at the end of the day, listen. America does not play with dick slappers and dick humpers. At the end of the day, you cannot be a dickhead in America. They do not play with dickheads and guys who think with they dick. They all go to jail. They all get on child support. If you don't think with your dick, listen, at the end of the day, you can make your dreams come true. You could do big things in this life, but stop thinking with your dickhead, because you're going to do small things in this life and it's going to cause big problems in your life. Listen, you got to understand. How many Lambos are you going to let pass you? How many of these Corvette C8s are you going to let pass you? At the end of the day, if you around 20-something years old and you pulling up C8s back to back, bruh, you only see old men with gray hair in C8s and Corvettes. Now you can have that opportunity to be young in a C8 Corvette. You're doing big things, and then you can start another YouTube channel as a young man in a C8 Corvette. The red pill will never tell you this. Listen, at the end of the day, stop waiting on other people to hand you $1 million. It's never gonna happen. Are you gonna put on a dress? Then guess what? It's never gonna happen. Are you gonna wear a dress and lipstick like Young Thug and you gonna rap about it? Then it's never gonna happen. At the end of the day, you got to understand. And even then, they go down with the RICO cases. It doesn't last long term. Long term, it always comes to bite them back in the butt. At the end of the day, you got to understand. You need to rise like a typhoon. It's all about the tsunami. You gotta rise like a tsunami. How you gonna rise like a tsunami? Going on a generational run. Stop creating generational curses. You don't have to learn how to talk. No, you need to learn how to create content. 3 to 5 minute videos when you first start off. At the end of the day, if you got a lot to talk about, hey, you can make long videos like me. At the end of the day, listen, Monk Mode Gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.